Also make this clear to your child. It's not about you, it's about your child. And you want that your child is having fun. That's the most important. And then comes success. If you're a sports parent, this might sting a little bit. But if you're yelling from the sidelines and reliving your own glory days in your kid, you might do more harm than you actually do good. In today's video, I want to share 3 golden rules for sports parents you need to follow if you want your kid to have fun and maybe even someday go pro. Welcome to today's video. My name is Steven and I help athletes and ambitious people to become mentally successful. So let's get started with these 3 golden rules for sports parents.
I can hear them like cheering me on, and I'm like thinking in my head, just shut it, I'm trying to focus.
My mom yells in Spanish, like, go, go, go.
My mom usually says, use the backboard. You should use the backboard. I get angry because it annoys me.
I'm kind of embarrassed.
Number 1, support and don't pressure. Cheer for effort and not only for results. Let the coach coach. Your job is to be the biggest fan of your child and not a second trainer. Support your child with a positive mindset and communication. So instead of saying, you played really badly today, tell your kid, well, maybe it wasn't your best performance today, but what I really liked was your movement, was the way you communicated with your teammates, or solely was your body language. This will help your child building up a positive mindset, not only focusing on what she or he is doing wrong, but also what's going really well. Golden rule number 2, praise the process and not just performance. Celebrate discipline, consistency and resilience. This builds long-term confidence, not short-term ego. Let's get this straight. Discipline comes first, motivation comes second. So if your kid is disciplined and consistent, the performance will improve over time. But for kids especially, it's important to understand that we shouldn't be only goal-oriented. We should be more process-oriented. So what is it that I'm doing each and every day for my sports? So my training on court, off court. And not only I want to be, at some point, I want to be the number 1 in the world, or I want to be a gold medalist at the Olympics. That's something we cannot influence. And this is important that we teach this to our kids. It's more about being focused on the daily tasks that we invest and not the final outcome. And there's one thing that is super important from my point of view when working together with young people. It's to teach them perfectionism is an illusion. So there's nothing like being perfect. You can't perform every single day the same way and reach 100% of your level. That's simply impossible. And that is so important that we as adults teach this to our kids. And also when they come from the court maybe, or when they're finished with their match or their game and they have maybe underperformed, but they have made some progress, or at least they can say, hey, I've done my best. That was all I could have done today. There wasn't any more in the tank. That's it. And there's nothing else your kids can do, and there's nothing else actually no one can do. So it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. So it's not about the performance, it's about improving. And the more disciplined, the more consistent we are, the more success we're gonna have in the end. So maybe you want to ask your child at the end of the day, after tournament, after competition. So what would you say? Did you give your best today? And when your kid says, yes, there was nothing else I could have done, so then give them a high five. And if they say, well, no, actually my body language could have been better, or I wasn't super concentrated today, I found it difficult to focus on myself, then don't blame your kid for that. But maybe you can ask it and say, okay, so what is it that you would like to do differently tomorrow or in the next competition, in the next tournament? So it's all about progress, it's all about improvement, and it's not about perfectionism or about performance only. Let's move on to the golden rule number 3. Model emotional control. Always bear in mind how you react on wins, on losses, on bad calls teaches your child how to react to bad calls, to adversity, and to pressure. So first of all, it's very important that when you have eye contact with your kids during a training or especially during competition or a game, make sure that your body language, your mimic, your gestures is always positive. Cheer your child up. Send them some positive signs instead of doing things like that. And if you have a negative body language, instead, this can have a crucial impact on your kid and the performance of your kid, and especially on the level of fun. Because when your kid sees you being negative outside, it might have the feeling, oh, my dad doesn't like me anymore. My dad is angry with me. Oh, I'm disappointing my parents. And that's the worst actually you can do with your kid. Don't give your child the feeling it's letting you down or disappointing you. Instead, send some positive signs like a fist or a clap or a come on, let's go. And so make sure that your kid gets some positive input from outside if you have eye contact. And if you find it difficult to control your emotions, then maybe it's better that you go away actually, that you don't have any eye contact. That's not a drama. Instead, it helps your kid also to build up some responsibility. It's gonna be distracted from outside. It needs to find its own solutions, even in difficult moments and situations. And this will give your kid confidence in the long run, even though in the short term it might be challenging from time to time. On top, if your kid is involved in a sport where you have opponents, don't shout, neither at your child nor at someone else, maybe the opponent's coach or the opponents themselves. Don't shout, don't show any form of aggression. This will make your kid probably feel really uncomfortable and maybe even ashamed of your behavior. So why don't you put yourself in the shoes of your child from time to time and ask yourself, how would I like to be supported by my parents if they were standing in the sidelines maybe or in the stands? Would I want them to be positive, negative? Would I want them maybe not even to be there? And then reflect on that, discuss it with your child and get a clear feedback and an honest feedback especially. And also make this clear to your child. It's not about you, it's about your child. And you want that your child is having fun. That's the most important. And then comes success. So be the reason why they love the game and not why they leave the game. So let's raise some great athletes and especially great humans. And in case you or your kid would like to get some support on the mental side, feel free to book a free call with me through the TidyCal link and I'd be happy to work together with you. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. All the best and take care. See you soon. Bye.